right, ladies and gentlemen, I think winner chicken dinner. I'm back out here. It is now what, Tuesday, Wednesday, the 27th. It is Monday, the 27th. I am a day behind. All right, so I was screwing around a little bit more with the plug wires. I reset basically everything back to stock on my ECU side and everything. So this thing kind of starts. I do not have any type of idle air control valve or anything hooked up. There's no coolant in it. So it's a little rough on running, but this thing sounds mean. It is crazy. I'm going to see if I can put the camera somewhere. Give me a second. I'm going to put this thing up. Oh, yeah, by the way, this is a piece of speaker wire. It's my throttle for now. All right. Hold your eardrums. Oh my God. That thing is a beast. It is a beast. All right. I'm gonna try to mess around with it a little bit more, maybe get it idling for just a moment or two. Be right back. Guys, I am super stoked that this thing is running. It's been a 5-year journey, and in the past, I would say 2 weeks, I went crazy and just ordered a lot of stuff that I just needed to make it run. The map sensor, intake manifold, exhaust manifold, some gaskets. A lot of the stuff I already had. I had to get some fuel setup stuff just to get it started, and with a little bit of tuning, I got this thing running. That's all I cared about. Next step is I'm going to hook up the coolant lines so I can fill it up with some coolant. And that way, at least I can come in here once a month, start it up, let the motor just run a little bit, let it run to temperature, shut it off. It's going to be my kind of break-in process. I'm just going to, let it heat up, cool down a few times. Then I got to retorque the head studs and everything like that. Again, the engine is fully built. A lot of money into it, so I couldn't let the car sit anymore. I was just too sad. So I decided to come out here and get it running. Oh, it's been a while. So I got pretty much everything going. You can see here the O2 sensor's just chilling. The spark plug wires are a mess. The map sensor is a mess. Intake temperature, the wires. I mean, it is just an absolute mess of wires. But in that mess, it ran. So I don't think. Oh yeah, it was probably leaking out of here. Yeah, because I don't have a turbo yet. Well, I should say I don't have a turbo hooked up yet. So this is just going to be a little bit of runoff. Everything else looks pretty good. I think that's just coolant I spilled before. Not a big deal. Yeah, so winner chicken dinner, guys. Winner chicken dinner. Got fuel pressure. Oh yeah. So the reason I have this napkin here, when I was hooking up the grounds and everything to the car, I forgot to hook up a ground to the engine. So this thing actually grounded the engine to the body, and you can see it actually got so hot that it melted the outside plastic. Now, I don't care, really, because this is just something from eBay. That's all it is. It was like $20, and I don't care. I just needed it to get the proper fuel pressure in the system. Next is, I think I just have to run 2 coolant hoses, one from here to here, from the top to the top, and then from this to the bottom, and then the 2 coolant lines that normally run into the firewall, which it's just taped up right now. Those 2 lines I'm just going to loop around because I'm not going to be running heat in the car because I'm going to be wearing a jacket because I don't care. So just to give you a look again on the inside, this is the inside of the car. I cleaned it up a little bit. Right now I just have the battery on the charger, but guys, it runs. It runs, it runs, it runs, it runs, it runs, it runs. The motor runs, the motor runs. You know, all the guys from DSM Tuners, it's a form site that I use. Great guys. They helped me out so much with a lot of little things that I had issues with in the car in the past, and I've learned now what to look for and what to do. So that's why this build is going much smoother than the last one. This is my 3rd Eclipse GSX. This is all-wheel drive. So sick burnouts, you know. No Tokyo drifting for me in this thing. So another thing I wanted to show you was this is a Innovate motor mount, and I went steel over aluminum just because I'm going to be hooking up the mechanical fuel pump right about here, and I'm going to be hooking up one of the pulleys probably to this and just run a small belt. So I wanted a steel motor mount to mount my pump off of, mainly because the fuel pump has to move with the engine, so I can't mount it to the body. If I mounted it to the body, the belt would always be coming off. Let's see what else. Gates timing belt. Everything went together pretty smoothly. I mean, I just opened up a box of my old parts, which I don't even know where they are. They're around. So I'm going to clean up. I'm going to get out of here and get some food. I'm hungry. This is a big success for me today. I couldn't be more happier, and I'm not going with carbon fiber fenders and hood and a hatch. I'm going to get fiberglass fenders, I'm going to get a fiberglass hood, and I'm going to get a fiberglass hatch because I want to paint them. I want them to match the car. I don't want to do carbon fiber. It's not necessary. The fiberglass is just fine. I did a bunch of reviews on them. It's perfectly fine for what I'm doing. The carbon doors I'm going to leave just because they look pretty, and they are pretty cool. I can actually unhook this. This is, by the way, my fuel pump. So I got the battery back here. It's on charge right now at my storage unit. I'm stealing electric, so don't tell anybody. As you can see, almost exactly half of my roll cage is painted. So the next step is to finish painting the roll cage, taking apart and putting back together some stuff in here. Then once I have the car somewhat back together, I can finally drive it forward and backwards, make sure everything works, get new registration. As you can see, 2014 was the last time this car was inspected. So 2014 was the last time this thing has ever been on the road. 6 years ago. All right, I'm getting out of here. So, oh, by the way, this is my truck. It's my work truck. Actually, my truck that I work out of. So, yeah. Until whenever I decide to come back. Later.